This is the plaintiff, Gail Jackson. She says she told the defendant, a tow truck driver, that her car had no brakes and not to drive it. Well, he didn't listen, tried to back it up to the tow truck, couldn't stop, and boom! He slammed her car into a concrete pillar, damaging it. She needed a tow, for goodness sakes, not an accident. The defendant refuses to pay up, and she's suing the louse for the $1,950.25 she's owed. This is the defendant, Jason. He says the plaintiff told his tow driver the car wasn't running and said nothing about it not having any brakes. Thank God his driver wasn't hurt and someone wasn't run over. The woman put his driver in jeopardy as well as others, and now he's being sued? Come on. He's accused of rolling into a lawsuit.
Thank you, Douglas. Gail Jackson, you are suing the tow company represented here by Jason. You've asked us not to mention the name of the tow company or your last name. We will respect that. For $1,950.25 in repairs for damage they did to your car, as well as loss of work, I guess, for coming here, during the time that it will be repaired.
Yes.
Okay, tell me what's going on.
I don't normally work on Saturdays, but my employer asked me to work an hour.
What kind of work do you do?
I work for CVS Pharmacy.
Okay.
And basically, I worked the hour. I came out to my car and started it up and put my foot on the brake, and the brake went to the floor. So I have AARP roadside assistance. They tell me they have a company that's going to come out within 45 minutes.
Okay. And you are that company?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you the owner of the company?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Okay, so go on.
So I sit there and wait. Then about 35 minutes goes by, and I see a tow truck pull into the parking lot. And I got out the car, and I flagged him over. And he got out. I told him I didn't have any brakes. The first thing he did was ask me, is the car running? I told him, yes, the car is running, but I don't have any brakes. That's why I called. Mm-hmm. I said, how do you plan to hook it up? He said, I'm going to push it. I said, well, how do you plan to stop it? He said, well, don't worry, I'll stop it. And he put it in reverse, got out of the car, and physically from inside the door pushed the car and turned the wheel, mm-hmm. and the car rolled into a cement pillar.
Okay.
And he was a young guy, so he looked like
Which of you two did this? Okay, go on.
He looked like, you know, he hadn't
Dazed
been
and
on
confused?
Huh?
He looked dazed and confused?
When the car hit the pillar,
well, then he looked dazed and confused.
He went behind it and started picking up pieces.
Oh my gosh! All right. And, what year car is this?
It's an older car. It's a 1994 Ford Taurus GL.
Wow.
But it's in good condition.
It's almost as old as my marriage, by just like a hair. Okay.
So
my marriage is old.
He then told me that he would have to pay for this out of his pocket because his company wouldn't pay for it because it wasn't hooked up to the tow truck.
Okay.
He wanted to give me...
Do you have pictures of the damage?
Yes, I do.
May I see it?
Sure.
All right. Come on up, cowboy. What's your name?
Danny.
Talk to me. What happened?
When I showed up, I asked her, did it run? Did it start?
And she said what?
She said no. It didn't run.
Okay.
So my intentions were just rolling the car back far enough to where I have to lift it up from the front. It's a front-wheel drive car.
Okay.
The parking space was, well, for me, I've been towing for a year, but it hasn't been that long to where I should be able to do certain moves I could do.
So if a more experienced guy was there, they could have just towed it right out of the spot?
Yeah, backwards, but
okay.
There's always chance of damage.
Right, okay.
So I wanted to do it the right way. I barely even pushed it. I had my foot sticking out the car to push it back. It wasn't even on, it was in neutral. I cut the wheel. As soon as I cut the wheel, I go to stop it. The brakes go all the way down. I noticed that wasn't gonna work. I tried the emergency brake. Didn't go down at all. After that, I tried even throwing it in park. And all that did was grind down the gear, continue to roll.
Oh
there was no stopping this car. I wasn't gonna throw myself in between the
No, of course not.
pillar and the car. Maybe if I was a little bit bigger, I could have probably stopped it.
No, sweetie, let me just say, because I know you haven't been doing this very long. Never throw yourself between a moving car and a pillar, okay? Just don't do that, all right? All right. So she says that you got all kinds of concerned and then said, oh my gosh, this is going to come out of my hide and they're not going to accompany. Right, okay. But do you feel that you guys are responsible for the damage?
Technically, she didn't have a contract with us. She had a contact with the road club, and the road club denied the claim because she never told in that report that I handed the court officer there that the car has no brakes.
So do tow truck drivers typically say what's wrong with the car before they actually start the engine and drive it up the tow truck?
Yes, they do. I've been in an incident where the tow truck driver said what's wrong with the car, what happened, before he can actually drive it.
Why do they do that? What's the point of doing that?
To make sure that they won't be blamed or held accountable for anything that happens while they're moving it.
You all agree that tow truck drivers typically will do that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they would probably be liable if they cause any damage.
So they want to know themselves whether there's, what's wrong so they don't exacerbate the problem.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Let me ask you a question. What are the odds that she would have such a remarkable situation as to step on the brake and have it go through to the floor and not take the 4 seconds it takes to tell him that? What are the odds she didn't tell him that, sweetie?
The odds are high.
The odds are high she didn't? Okay, I need you to join me back on the planet Earth because we miss you.
Okay.
The odds are not high that she didn't.
She probably didn't
Did you tell him what was wrong with the car?
Yes, I did.
And did he ask you what was wrong with the car like any other tow guy
Yes,
would?
and I have a letter from my mechanic that what he repaired was the brakes and the car was running. He didn't do anything to make the car run. The car was already running. He did a brake repair.
Okay, and I want to see your paperwork to justify the amount that you're asking for here. Do you plan to really fix this car? You plan to fix it?
Yes.
Because you put the money into fixing the brakes and everything already.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Do you have the bill for fixing the brakes? I want to know how much money you put into it to fix it. Do you remember what you paid?
Not offhand. I don't have that bill with me.
Okay. Do you remember what you paid?
It was 2 lines. It was.
Just tell me what you paid.
I think it was $385.
Okay. What did you want to say?
Mrs. Jackson let Danny know on the scene that, after the car was fixed, that she'd be getting rid of the car?
Yeah, she would sell it to get her a new car.
Mm-hmm. So she can do that. See, here's the things that somebody whose property you damage has several choices that you appear to think that they don't. Okay? If you damage her car, she's entitled to come to court and ask for the amount of the damage. What she decides to do thereafter is perfectly okay. That's not like, insurance fraud or something else. It's not inappropriate, wrong, or in any way incorrect. The other thing that they have a right to do is pick their own body shop that they want to have the work done in. I might look at a 1994 car and say, let me get the car all fixed up with him. He'll probably treat me. Or I might look at it and say, no, you know what? I don't trust you, and I don't want you hitching up my car not one more time after this. So, it's really up to her. She doesn't have to have the work done at your place, and she doesn't have to end up keeping the car. Neither one does she have to do. The question that I have to answer is, what is the legitimate value of the repair of the car? My job is to then decide what is a reasonable amount, not the cheapest amount, not the most expensive amount, but what is a reasonable amount. She's asking for $1,710.59, and I'm going to award her that amount. I'm not going to award her loss of work, because I think pretty much at the $1,710.59 we're total lossing the car. If you choose to fix it, you fix it. If you choose to buy a new car, you choose to buy a new car. You should fix the car.
I'm going to fix it.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix it.
Yeah, because it's like worse than finding a good man.
It's a good running
Finding a good car is harder than finding a good man.
I have very little
And that's
problems
hard.
with it. Everything works in it.
There you go. That's it. That's a keeper right there. Much like my marriage. Okay, verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
Despite the defendant's best efforts, the plaintiff has won all the money for the repairs on the car. Come on in here. What's your reaction
Jason,
to losing this case? Yeah.
We tried to help her in any way we could. It was just every amount that they came with was different amounts, $800, $900, $1,900. We would have took care of the car just if we got a reasonable estimate.
So then, so you take responsibility for the accident.
That's 100%.
Oh, okay. Now, usually you could stop a car, right, by like using the transmission, shifting it into. Step in a little close. Right? You could finagle it and stop it. That's what you thought you could do here.
Putting it back into park should have stopped it.
Should have.
If it was the car was in the greatest condition.
So
It
maybe you
would've
did
stopped
know.
it.
Maybe you did know it didn't have brakes then, because you would have tried to do it that way.
I tried the brakes. Brakes went down. Parking brake didn't move at all.
All right. Well, good luck.
Last shot.
Good luck. The tow guys. The tow guys. All right. Come on in here. All right. Those tow guys weren't so bad. What's your feeling on the outcome here?
No, they weren't bad. Actually, I felt kind of sorry for the kid because he was young and inexperienced, and they should have sent a more experienced tow truck driver on the call.
You love that car, don't you?
Yes.
But you're going to sell it?
No. I'm going to fix it.
And why did you keep it a secret from the tow guys that it didn't have any brakes? Why'd you keep that a secret?
I didn't keep it a secret. I told everyone involved that the car didn't have brakes.
Harvey?
Okay, you know, even if the plaintiff didn't have a contract technically with the defendant is responsible if the defendant is negligent in the operation of the plaintiff's vehicle. And by the way, we would love to hear from you, any feedback you have. So please follow us on Facebook and Twitter. That will do it for this session of the People's Court. And we will see you next time.